This isn't about California. This is about if America still has a backbone, and Trump is showing you it does. You guys gotta check this video out.
President Trump is deploying 2,000 National Guard troops to California amid protests over his immigration raids. Just the latest huge development in a week that saw the president having a big falling out with the person who was his closest political ally, the richest man in the world. Here with me now is another Trump close ally, Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma. Senator, thank you so much for being here. Starting with what's happening in California,
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. The last time the National Guard was federalized was 1992 during the LA riots. Then it was done at the governor's request. In fact, the president hasn't unilaterally federalized the National Guard since LBJ sent troops to Alabama in 1965 to protect civil rights marchers. That's according to the Brennan Center. So my question for you is, why does this situation justify the president bypassing California's governor entirely?
Well, you got two issues here. You have a very weak, lawless, bleeding governor and Governor Newsom, who's not enforcing the nation's laws. And then you had a Biden administration for the last 4 years that didn't enforce our immigration laws, which is why we need to pass this one big, beautiful bill so we can secure our border and focus on getting these illegals out of the country.
Really quick, guys. Gavin Newsom, he doesn't bleed leadership. He bleeds excuses. I mean, Mullen hits the nail right on the head. Trump's not asking for permission to protect Americans. That is why we vote Trump. Let's keep going, man. Make sure you guys liking the video.
Regardless of what they may be doing right now, they entered the country illegally, and therefore they are illegal and they are criminals and they need to be deported. And I don't know why a governor would want to try to protect illegal activity inside a state. And the president has made it very clear. If the governor or the mayor of the city isn't willing to protect the citizens of his state or the city, then the president will. The American people elected him to restore the law and order back to our streets, and that's why murders are down. That's why people are optimistic today about the future of our country, and that's why we need to continue this step by passing one big, beautiful bill.
Senator.
Really quick, guys, leave a comment down below if you voted for Trump to clean house, to drain this swamp. I really want to know because I know why I voted. I know why I wanted Trump in there. Why did you want Trump in there? Leave a comment. I really want to read them down below. I'm going to read all of them and I'm going to like them.
The LA County Police say that they have it under control. And Governor Newsom says sending National Guard.
Right?
Governor Newsom says that the National Guard, at least sending them, is purposely inflaming and will only escalate tensions there.
Well, words are cheap, especially when you got video. And so you asked me, did it look like it was or I'll ask you, did it look like it was under control? It doesn't. It is absolutely not in control. You saw right.
If protecting our border inflames things, then maybe it was already out of control to begin with. Have you thought about that, Dana Bash? Have you thought about that? Or are you just reading off your script that CNN gave you so you could keep promoting this fake narrative that Trump is ruining families and ruining America? Did you think about it? That's all I want to know.
Rioters throwing rocks, throwing fireworks, being extremely aggressive towards not just federal agents, but even the county and the local PD that was there. So does it look like it's under control? Absolutely not. The difference between what you're seeing during the riots back in, what was it, 96? I forget what year
92.
that was, to what we are today. 92 to where we are today is that the governor was actually working with the president of the United States. Now you have a governor that isn't. And once again, California has became basically a sanctuary state, and the American people don't want that. And that's why President Trump is pushing really hard for us to pass this bill, because it will secure the border and we can start deporting these illegals. I mean, think about this. They were literally out there protesting, carrying a foreign flag. That is absolutely insane. I mean, they're not just peaceful protesters. These are illegals. These are exactly why the president is trying to secure our border.
All right. Well, carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know.
It's not, but you don't sit there and say you respect this country while attacking U.S. enforcement while flying a foreign flag. How delusional can you be, Dana Bash? That's all I want to know is how delusional can you be?
Um, and I just want
A
to be
foreign
clear.
flag,
I just
a
want to
foreign
be
flag while you're attacking law
Exactly.
well.
enforcement, it's pretty bad.
That's a different question. But I just want to just state for the record that what did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot that went all across the city of Los Angeles after a verdict in the Rodney King case. This is a situation where the
Well,
LA County Police,
Dana,
it's not
if you
good,
have
but they're saying
people
that they have it under
that are
control, and the president
No.
is sending national troops,
Dana,
federal
you and I
troops,
can
in a
look
way
at
that
this. We can look at
hasn't
this
been
and we
done
can
in a long
obviously
time.
see that it is not under control. It's not under control. You and I both can see that. It's not under control.
Let's-
And a riot is a riot. They're throwing all types of objects at law enforcement, and the president is absolutely right. I can't say
Exactly, man. A riot is a riot. Don't try to dress it up for your narrative and throw makeup on it in a dress and say it's this. You either stand with law and order or you stand with chaos. And it seems like CNN is choosing to stand with chaos. This isn't the first time that we've seen this.
this enough. This is why the American people elected President Trump, because we are moving in the right direction and we are laser focused on continuing to do that. And that is why we want to pass this big piece of legislation that is going to move the American people even farther down the track and getting us back on track and getting us away from the disastrous policies of the Biden administration.
So let's talk about that bill, sir. You're talking about the important, very important piece of the president's agenda, his big legislation that is before you in the Senate right now. There are several Senate Republicans, your GOP colleagues, who say that they're concerned that the Medicaid cuts in the bill will jeopardize funding for rural hospitals. Almost 1 in 4 people in your state of Oklahoma rely on Medicaid. The head of the Oklahoma Hospital Association says that these cuts could lead to some hospitals failing or forcing them to scale back services they provide. Does that concern you?
Let's talk about what we're actually doing, because Bernie Sanders and the Democrat Party, they're absolutely lying about us kicking people off.
These are
We're
Republicans, not Bernie
people
Sanders.
off that deserve that. Hold on, we're not talking about people that deserve and qualify for Medicaid or Medicare. What we're doing is getting rid of the waste and fraud. There's over 6 million people.
So, guys, listen to this because this is about to show you how deep the media manipulation runs, right? Because they want you to believe that this is hurting the poor. That's exactly what they're trying to implement in your head. This is hurting the poor, not fixing the economy. He's just cleaning it up, but they're saying he's hurting the poor. This is how deep it runs.
On Medicaid right now that do not qualify underneath current policies. They didn't qualify
Listen.
underneath the Biden policies, but yet the Biden administration allowed them to come on, and they're robbing Medicaid blind, and therefore it's almost becoming unsustainable for those that actually deserve it. Anybody that qualifies for Medicaid, they're not going to see a reduction in benefits. They're not going to see a reduction in coverage. All we're doing is removing the people that are frauding the American taxpayers out of health care. That's it. And no one can say anything different. President Trump has made it very clear we're not reducing or cutting Medicaid benefits.
But Senator,
The
a lot of
Republicans have said the same
Republicans-
thing. We're removing the waste and fraud.
Senator, I'm sorry, a lot of Republicans who you serve with, who are like-minded in many ways, they don't agree with you. They're reading the same bill and they say, we believe that there are people in our state who will get hurt because of these cuts. They will get kicked off of Medicaid, or
No,
at least their
I have talked
benefits
to-
will be diminished.
I have talked to Josh Hawley, who is very outspoken about this. I got a great relationship with Josh. Josh is doing exactly what he should be doing. He's protecting to make sure that those that need it are protected from it. There's nothing wrong with him questioning the bill. The fact is, you can't point to anyone that's losing coverage that deserves and qualifies for the care. But he's being very cautious, and I respect him for doing that. But we have made it very clear, and the president has made it clear, we're not kicking people off that qualify for Medicare and Medicaid.
Exactly. That's what Trump has been saying for a really, really long time. And it's just showing you that America isn't collapsing. It's just getting its priorities straight. And that's what terrifies the left. Let me know what you guys think about that because I feel like they're saying everybody deserves Medicaid. No, if you're able to work and you're able to get a job, go after a job that has health care and you can get it. If you're an able-bodied person, stop trying to just mooch off the government and have other people pay for you. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what to react to. We're out.